WWE fans, brace yourselves because something truly unthinkable and shocking has just happened once again in the ever-dramatic world of professional wrestling. Jacob Fatu, known for his ruthless and aggressive style, has launched yet another vicious and merciless attack on Solo Sikoa, and this time the brutal assault took place live on Raw, the flagship WWE program. The saga of betrayal and violence within the iconic faction known as the Bloodline has just escalated to what can only be described as nuclear levels, shattering any previous expectations about how far this story could go. The carnage and devastation that unfolded during this attack are so extreme and intense that it's honestly hard to believe what unfolded in front of the eyes of the WWE Universe. If you've been keeping up with this explosive storyline, now is the perfect moment to smash that subscribe button, because this ongoing drama is gripping the wrestling world like never before. The WWE Universe is still reeling and trying to come to terms with the shocking betrayal Jacob Fatu delivered at the Money in the Bank event when he turned his back on Solo Sikoa, his once close ally. But last night on Raw, Fatu took his vicious vendetta to terrifying new heights. His attack was so savage and calculated that it left Solo Sikoa utterly broken and left fans worldwide in complete disbelief and horror. This is no longer just a simple wrestling feud or rivalry. What we are witnessing is an all-out war between two former brothers-in-arms. Ever since Fatu's betrayal at Money in the Bank, there's been a growing tension and anticipation that something explosive was going to happen, and yet, nobody could have expected the level of destruction and violence to escalate so rapidly and brutally. Solo Sikoa has been struggling to maintain control and hold together the fragments of the crumbling Bloodline faction, but Jacob Fatu has ruthlessly seized the opportunity to methodically and mercilessly dismantle his former ally, targeting him in the most personal and vicious way imaginable. The attack on Raw unfolded in dramatic fashion. During Solo's intense match against Bronson Reed, the arena suddenly plunged into darkness, leaving the audience in suspense and confusion. When the lights finally flickered back on, the crowd was stunned to see Jacob Fatu standing tall and menacing in the ring right behind Solo, his eyes filled with pure hatred and a burning desire for revenge. Before Solo could even react or prepare for a defense, Fatu unleashed a devastating Samoan drop, crashing Solo through the announcer's table in a display of raw, unforgiving power. The arena erupted into chaos as officials rushed to intervene, but Fatu was far from finished. In a chilling continuation of his attack, Fatu grabbed a steel chair and wrapped it around Solo's throat in a cruel and brutal maneuver. Then, scaling the ropes with frightening agility, he executed a top-rope moonsault, crashing down with full force directly onto the steel chair pressing against Solo's neck. The sickening crack of impact reverberated through the arena, leaving the crowd in stunned silence as medical teams hurried to aid Solo, who was left completely motionless and vulnerable from the savage assault. This moment was a turning point, signaling a radical shift in the narrative. This wasn't just another fight. It was a deliberate act of calculated brutality, designed to inflict maximum pain and suffering. What makes this even more chilling is the clear evidence that this attack was meticulously planned and timed for the greatest possible impact. Jacob Fatu didn't just assault Solo in a fit of rage. He chose the perfect moment during the match to inflict the most damage, showing just how deeply personal and intense this conflict has become. Adding to the intrigue and mystery surrounding this event, WWE fans noticed Paul Heyman backstage, smirking ominously as the attack unfolded. This raises many questions. Is Heyman secretly orchestrating this brutal campaign as part of a larger master plan? Could this be linked to the ongoing struggle involving the Rollins faction and the Bloodline's desperate last stand with Roman Reigns still absent from the scene? The involvement of Heyman hints at a much bigger, more complex storyline playing out behind the scenes. The fate of Solo Sikoa is now uncertain. Can he possibly recover from such a vicious and calculated attack? Or does this signify the official end of the Bloodline as fans have known it for so long? Perhaps the most haunting part of the night came after the physical assault, when Fatu stood ominously over Solo's broken body and whispered something so chilling that Solo's eyes widened in sheer horror before he finally lost consciousness. Whatever words were exchanged during that terrifying moment may echo through WWE storylines for months, adding a psychological element to this already brutal feud. Jacob Fatu is clearly not just trying to defeat Solo Sikoa in a match, he is actively trying to erase him from WWE history altogether. The scale of violence and aggression on display hasn't been seen in WWE since the dominant days of The Shield, highlighting just how serious and relentless Fatu is in his quest to utterly destroy his former ally. The wrestling world is left wondering if Solo Sikoa will survive this relentless onslaught, whether Roman Reigns will make a dramatic and much-anticipated return to tip the balance, and what role Paul Heyman is playing in all this chaos. Is he pulling the strings behind the scenes in an elaborate game of power and betrayal? Fans are encouraged to share their opinions and theories in the comments below. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, because this blood feud is far from over. It's only intensifying and promises even more jaw-dropping moments in the weeks to come. Turn on notifications so you don't miss a single update, because Jacob Fatu's war against Solo Sikoa is just beginning, and the consequences will undoubtedly reshape the WWE landscape in ways we can only imagine. This brutal saga is set to be one of the most unforgettable chapters in wrestling history. WWE fans, something absolutely shocking has unfolded once again in the world of professional wrestling. Jacob Fatu has unleashed yet another savage and brutal assault on Solo Sikoa, and this time it happened live on Raw. The betrayal within the Bloodline faction has escalated to unprecedented, almost nuclear levels of violence that no one saw coming. The level of destruction and chaos caused by this attack is truly unbelievable. If you're following this intense saga, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right now, because the wrestling universe is still trying to process the aftermath of Jacob Fatu's jaw-dropping Money in the Bank betrayal against Solo Sikoa. But last night on Raw, Fatu took things to an entirely new and terrifying level, inflicting a punishment on Solo that left him utterly broken and left the entire WWE fanbase in complete shock and disbelief. This isn't just another rivalry or feud anymore. It has turned into an all-out, relentless war between two former allies. Since Fatu's shocking betrayal of Solo at Money in the Bank, the WWE world has been on edge, anticipating a massive showdown, but no one expected the intensity and sheer brutality of this conflict to explode so quickly or with such savage force. As Solo Sikoa struggles to keep a hold on what remains of the disintegrating bloodline, Jacob Fatu has taken full advantage of the situation, strategically dismantling his former partner in the most ruthless way.